In the wise words of Thanos, all things in life should be perfectly balanced. Garden pests are no different, but we as humans face a unique dilemma in that arena. Pest control relies on nasty chemicals to do its work that affect the climate and our health. It's actually quite hazardous to our health. But what if I told you that there was a natural alternative to pest control? I've been an entomology hobbyist for over 4 years now, and in that time I've accumulated a lot of research about beneficial insects, which are the kind of insects that keep the undesirable bugs at bay. Over the span of the next few minutes, I'll share the best beneficial insects, or at least my favorite kinds, the dangers of chemical pest control, and the importance of balance when it comes to our impact on the environment. The EPA warns that exposure to chemicals often used in pest control can cause irritation to your eyes, nose, throat. It can cause nerve system damage, kidney damage, can cause cancer. There's a whole host of things it can cause. And the symptoms are muscle weakness, dizziness, vomiting, headache, nausea, all those things that you would expect from something that's toxic to you. The Green Solutions Lawn Care and Pest Control Facility linked that to the onset of diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, brain cancer, infertility, birth defects, and a whole host of other problems in our health. Not only are these chemicals harmful to us, but they are toxic to our pets and wildlife as well. Many chemicals are completely toxic to cats and dogs, and it's very important to keep your pets away from pest control chemicals, most pest control chemicals, because of the fact that they are toxic to them. They can kill them, they can give them seizures. You can see it on the news all the time if you pay attention. One of the most famous chemicals that has been banned is DDT. And you might be wondering, why am I mentioning DDT since it's banned? And it's been banned for about 40 years now, 47 years actually, almost 50 years it's been banned. Well, the interesting thing about that is that even though 47 years ago it was banned, it is still present in our food. It is still present in our bodies. Our newborn babies are being born with it in their system. And that is because all these contaminants and pollutants are bioaccumulate, which means that they add up over time in our bodies and through our waterways, our airways, everything like that. It can go through the air, it can go through the water. It is affecting our fish, our birds, and as a result, all of us. Like, say for example, there is a plankton that eats the sediment that was sprayed with DDT forever ago, 50 years ago. He gets eaten by a mollusk, and then like the mollusk travels down the river a little way, and then that mollusk gets eaten by a herring, and then that herring gets eaten by a bigger fish, and then that bigger fish gets eaten by a bird. Then the bird gets eaten by some bobcat or something, whatever is a natural predator. It's a chain, it's a cycle, and eventually it will come to us. We will eat whatever has eaten that. Not to mention that the air just transports it all around. So it's a very nasty chemical, and it's still showing up today even though we aren't using it. Another example of our effect on our environment is the feral cat situation in Australia, which is also becoming a problem in America. Feral cats have been allowed to free roam, and irresponsible or uneducated owners have made it to where they don't necessarily spay or neuter their animals. So these cats are getting out and they're decimating local populations, and those are birds, fish, all kinds of different populations that are native. And the problem with cats decimating those populations is that they are non-native animals. So they're not supposed to be there, and they are causing mass extinction in several species. But nobody seems to care because they're cats. Now Australia has to do a program where they're going to kill like 2 million feral cats by the year 2020, and it has everybody in an uproar. The unfortunate reality of the situation is that the spay and neuter, catch and release programs will not benefit the current situation, the current mass extinctions. So it is our problem to fix. We created the problem by bringing cats over and not taking care of them the way they were supposed to be taken care of. So now we have to take the burden of getting rid of the problem. And that's unfortunate, but to avoid that in the future, we have to do things like proper pest control and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you a small presentation here on, maybe if I can pull my slide up, on the beneficial insects you can use in your garden or lawn. Green lacewings are good for controlling aphids and whiteflies, primarily aphids, but there's a whole list there you can see. They will primarily predate on those, and they're pretty good predators for those specific species, and they're kind of cute. Praying mantises are a favorite of mine because they kill a whole host of different species and bugs, and I think they're very entertaining to watch. Braconid wasps will attack all kinds of grubs and hornworms and caterpillars, and they can destroy crops very easily. Spiders are my definite favorite, if you haven't noticed, and they will, again, kill many different species. And there's a whole host of other beneficial insects, including ladybugs and fly parasite wasps and all those. And they have their own little list themselves. Ladybugs kill a lot of things. You would be surprised. They kill so many things. But as you can see, our impact on our world is immeasurable. And to control it, we should reduce the use of chemicals via the use of more natural means. And while insects are creepy to many Americans, the use of beneficial insects as garden warfare tools is not only helpful for the environment, but a little bit entertaining to watch and contribute to. So thank you for your attention, and I hope I've made you consider switching out the chemicals for something a little bit more natural.